And we're live.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? We have Ben Dubard, Furu Finance contributor, back in the studio. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing good, man. I've got my prayer patrol hat on because we're praying that the bear market is over soon, and that pulse chain launches soon, and that Hex doesn't die, and that we're all going to be okay. This is a $2 hat from Goodwill.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
And I just had to, it's priceless, though.
How much are they paying you to say that?
It's my Goodwill affiliate link.
Description below.
Go to Goodwill now.
Oh, yeah. What's it called? I was actually just on the Funding Gym Twitter space. That was my first Twitter space.
Nice.
Yeah, it was talking about broader markets, and I was telling everyone to chill. I didn't say that. I was very polite. I said that, the Fed is going to slash rates because sustained high inflation is very difficult to maintain. That's what I said. I said what I mentioned in the Furu Finance newsletter. So I actually plugged it there too. So hopefully people signed up for the newsletter. It seems like you have a newsletter yourself. Tell us about your newsletter.
Yeah, I don't know. I might also just make it a free guide. I have this guide that's pretty good. But yeah, I don't know, weekly newsletter or guide. I don't know. If you subscribe to me and go to my channel, I'm going to start putting it in the link to videos, and yeah. So
that's right, guys. Sign up to the newsletter. It's free. It's free. So send me a link. I'll put it in the description, and go to the description below right now. Click on the newsletter. Sign up to the Furu Finance newsletter and put your email in there. And while you're at it, go book a consultation. Email me at furufinance@gmail.com or go to bendubard.com and book a consultation there. What do you have to say about that, Ben?
Yeah, I help people basically like send money to like their hardware wallet if they need help. I started on this website, SuperProf. Yeah, so some people just want like someone to hold their hand to do like what we think is simple stuff. But for people who are maybe like 50 or whatever, it's like really intimidating. So yeah, I don't really try to give people like financial advice. People just come to me and they're like, I want to do something. And I'm like, okay, I'll help you do it. It's helped people like add hardware wallets to like their MetaMask and things like that. I've helped people kind of do like I don't know, find transactions if they couldn't figure out where something went, that kind of thing. So
there you go, guys. bendubard.com. Let's look at the chat. We got Crypto Gains Club 369. We got Ben Dubard is in the chat. What's up, Ben?
I'm in two places at once.
Oh yeah. We got Crypto Chino, gang, and Brizology. Go subscribe to the channel. Brizology's in the chat. What's up, everyone? What's up, Brizology? Sup? We got 11 watching. Let's just get into the Bitcoin price with the technical analysis. We got what we were waiting for, finally. Some action. Bitcoin, I mean, not really. I guess we have broken the support in this channel. What do you think about that, Ben? Are we going to hit our technical target of $12,290 within the next couple of days?
Well, I'm going to start off by saying I really have no idea, but I kind of feel like we are going to go lower, like everything, but I have no idea.
Well, if I had to take a guess, is 11K in prey in the cards, or is it too obvious at this point that no one's getting it?
I think, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin goes under 10K. That's what I told family on Thanksgiving, Christmas, or whatever.
Oh, that must have been fun.
Oh, it's exhausting, you know.
Guys, bear markets are fun. Come on, we're having fun here. So Bitcoin looks like it's testing this support, right? That's a key support level right there. And it looks like if we have confirmation, right? If we have confirmation, then we may be headed for lower prices. If the price goes lower, it may head lower. That's technical analysis there for you. in a nutshell. Let's see if we have any tools we could go to in our arsenal. Long short position. Wait, so our short position tool? Oh, look at this. It says our short position target is 15,425 15,439. What do you think about that? What about this short position target?
I don't know, man. I don't really care about the short term, honestly. I never even check the charts these days. I'm just like, I did scoop up a little Hex yesterday, not financial advice, and I haven't even been watching the price really. I was just like, oh man, we're at 2 cents, under 2 cents. I was like, wow, it's like, yeah, cool. So I actually swapped some Pulse Dogecoin that I still had from my airdrop.
Oh, there you go. Oh, he did not. Ooh.
I just went there, dude.
Oh, he did not just go there. He did not swap the Pulse Dogecoin. Yeah, I guess that's Bitcoin there for you. Bitcoin is boring. Hopefully it'll do something. It'll give us something to talk about. I want to see either this or a huge pump to the upside.
But yeah, I just wanted to dump, I feel like we're towards that point of like, I don't know. I see a lot of anger. So it seems like, maybe we're nearing depression, and then I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it definitely seems closer to the bottom than it did a couple of months ago. I'll tell you that much.
Every day we're one step closer.
But interestingly, I like referring to Gareth Soloway. He teaches trading, which obviously I don't like, but he definitely is interesting. He's definitely charismatic. He said what would bring in the bottom and a serious pump to the upside is regulation. What's your take on that, Ben Dubar?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, yeah. I think there needs to be regulation. It's also like, I don't know. Like, I think that would be bullish, getting regulation. It's just, yeah, maybe institutions would be more likely to like go in, but I don't really know.
Yeah, I think regulation is big. I think a lot of it's cyclical. I think a lot of it's just fear and greed. But obviously, I mean, you could say what you want about regulation, but what you can't say is that it's not good for price. I think that's one thing you cannot say, because the big money wants regulation. The small money people want freedom. So, I mean, which one's really better for the price? I would have to say regulation.
Yeah, I also think like the normies, I guess, want, like my brother who tells me crypto is a bad idea and it's going to fail. He told me, like last night, he was like, crypto really needs regulation. It needs regulation, So it's like,
yeah,
the media I feel like they could just flip a switch and be like, crypto is a good idea now. And they could pass in a regulation, but then everyone would be like, oh, well, it's regulated enough because everyone's saying it's regulated enough now. So it's more like, I don't know. They're just, the narrative flip could happen at any moment. I feel like these days, like, you just put a narrative out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be true or false. And like, if enough reliable big sources that have the credibility say it, people are just gonna be like, yeah. So
it's true. And I would say that is true. Price movement comes first, narrative comes second. But what I would say maybe is that regulation does represent buy-in, sort of the green light from governments, sort of thing. Like, so that is indicative that crypto has a future and it's here to stay. So I think that would definitely be, I mean, it's not necessarily the sign of the bottom. Like I keep saying, the bottom could already be in. We just won't know until it's too late.
Right.
It may or may not be in. It certainly is very oversold, and I can't imagine many more people still in that would sell at these prices. I feel like the people that were prone to selling out of fear, uncertainty, and doubt already really let go. I feel like at this point it is the holders of last resort, like the more hardcore people. So I think the bottom could very easily be in. But again, you have the black swan events that, if a company's forced to liquidate, that could pull it down. But I can't see regulation being I can't see regulation being bearish. I just can't see it. I mean, a lot of people might not want to hear that, but objectively speaking, I cannot imagine regulation, being bearish.
Yeah. I don't really see that either, honestly.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'd enjoy some regulation, like seems fine. Like I don't see a way where they're just gonna I don't think that's possible for them to just we're gonna outlaw these it doesn't make any sense. So
they could make it very difficult. I think they could make it very difficult to moon. I mean, it could still be there, and you could still have these cypherpunks trading and things like that. But Vitalik actually touched on this in his Lex Friedman interview. Like, there could be some sort of, there's going to be like a niche of people that are just like into crypto, but for it to really achieve the adoption that it's striving to achieve, I don't think that's possible. I don't think it's possible without regulation. I just don't think it's possible.
Yeah, and I think the Winklevoss twins, well, from the Bitcoin Billionaires book, that was kind of their thinking from the beginning with Bitcoin, when it was like super, like they were the guys who were kind of like, we need to work with the government, with the regulators, but they were in, it was like all like super libertarian, and people were like, no, but they were kind of the ones who were like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they were right. I think they were right ultimately in terms of price appreciation, unless you're like a purist that just wants to live in anarchism, whatever, like, with no government, no regulation, which I think is a little bit delusional. Like, it's a little bit of a philosophy not grounded in reality, to say the least.
Yeah.
Like,
here's my take on everything. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, my take on everything is like, there's all these world's problems that are like, how is one person going to solve all this stuff in their lifetime? And you really can't. So my goal is like, focus on myself and the people closest to me that I love, like my family, do the best I can for me and them. Because if you spend your time like toiling around with like the world's giant problems, like, I don't know, it just seems pointless, because I've been there, and it really hurt my mental health, worrying about all these big giant things I have no control over,
Yeah.
So it's the way I see it. So
yeah, that's an interesting way to see it. And it certainly may in the future, once you have a lot of money, I think those are the kinds of things you could start focusing less on yourself and more on forming the world in your vision. I think that's really what philanthropy is. But yeah, for now, let's just get rich, bro. let's just get rich.
Sir.
Regulate me. Regulate me, government. And we got Hex. Hex on the daily is breaking that support. Not even retesting. It is a clear breakage. Last night, we went as low as 1.7 cents, I believe. We went as low as about 1.76 cents. Back up to 1.99 cents. People are panicking, bro. People are panicking. First of all, what's our price target? Because this is technical analysis. So
I don't know, man. Maybe we go under. I saw a K4K tweeted something pretty interesting where he said if we go to like 0.0056 and then go back to 56 cents, that's another 10,000x.
Yeah.
So I think anything's possible. I don't think Hex is going to die. And I saw some other tweets, that were like 98% dip is like death territory for any crypto historically, like I think the community is just too strong. I think there's just too much going on with it to just die. Like there's too many people who believe. And what's interesting is that DO1 wallet, I think he's a big reason for this giant dumpage. And like he has like 8 million, 9 million in stables in his like the wallet he's dumping from. So like I mean, I don't think he needs the money. I guess he's just like, screw this coin, or maybe he thinks it's going lower. I don't know. So yeah, it's interesting. What is your price target?
So my price target is I'm dollar cost averaging. I don't care. But if I had to guess, I think we're gonna go hit. Oh, first, let me look at the charts and let me see the past price performance, because that'll definitely tell me what future price performance is, right? So we're going to go from that 1.99. We're probably going to bounce off. We're going to wick down to the 1.3, and then we're going straight back up to 7 cents. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And I mean, I just like to do technical analysis because we're bored, bro. It's a bear market. Let's entertain ourselves. But I continue to dollar cost average. I did not buy this dip because I am buying. I do not want to run out of money. I don't want to burn out quickly. Like I want to always have buying power. And I want to purchase in the least risky way possible. I'm not a fan of buying the dips. I think you should have a set time every week, set amount of money, possibly put in a little bit more on the dips, whatever. But like, I don't like buying dips, because if you were buying the dip, if you would only buy dips at 50 cents, then you'd have no money left. So I'm a big fan of the DCA. I like to maintain. I just like to play it safe, because it could always go down, it could always go up. But I will say at this point, I am definitely more generous with my buy-ins. Although it is at a set time and day every week. It is getting higher in terms of the cost, in terms of US dollars. So I will say that. And I will say people that think that, it dipped this much, it can never come back. You're looking in the wrong place, bro. You have to really look at the community. That's really, if that fragments, if that's gone, then I would be worried. But I'm not worried. The community is here. The community is here. There is a lot of good news to look forward to, and people are getting lost in narratives when we're in a bear market, bro. Like, bear market, bro. Like, everything's down. Is it? And I spoke about this before. It's like Cardano is in its second cycle, down probably 94% right now, 93%. Is Charles Hoskinson outrage marketing? He's not outrage marketing. Does Charles Hoskinson have a imminent Pulsechain launch that's delayed, and people are even questioning whether it's going to happen or not? No Pulsechain for Charles Hoskinson. Charles Hoskinson's still wrecked. Everybody's wrecked. That's just the reality. Markets move in tandem. So that's really my take. But I do believe the market's going to come back. I do believe that cryptocurrency is coming back. I think it's going to happen sooner than a lot of people think. Talk about this in the newsletter, link in the description below. But I think, I don't know, I kind of just sit back and watch all the drama play out, and I just try and keep the head level. But what are your thoughts, Ben Dubar?
I think your buying weekly like schedule is very wise, because people talk about FOMOing into the top, but I FOMO'd into the dips. I bought way too much Hex at like 15 to 20 cent range. So I feel like I don't hear people talk about that. Like, you can FOMO in on the dips, And I think that was my mistake. And listening to the narrative too of like, we're not going below 10 cents, This is the buy of an opportunity. Buying of a lifetime. No one ever thought Hex would be at 20 cents again. You're like, yeah, everyone's on Twitter saying
Richard's going to buy it if it's at 10 cents. He's not going to let it go down.
OA has a buy wall at 20 cents, and stuff. And like, Pulsechain's about, and that was the thing too, is like, Pulsechain's about to launch, and like, we're going to get the copies, So it's like, I think I literally FOMO'd into buying the dip. Yeah. So it's very wise to have there's just a lot of lessons. This is my first bear market, I say. So lots of lessons being learned, and we're all students to the game at the end of the day.
True, very true. We're all students, and I've made the same mistakes that you've made, running out of money too much and too fast. So guys, have enough money to take care of yourself, or you shouldn't be buying crypto. That's what I'd say. I guess as far as perhaps the drama, there's a lot of drama going on. We could close the chart. Richard Hart is blocking a lot of people, to say the least. People are getting the block. A lot of people are not happy about it. A lot of people that seemed like allies are now revealing themselves as adversaries, especially people from other, sort of crypto communities that branched out. What is your take on that, Ben Dubard?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care, man. I don't know. I saw a little bit about it. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, whatever. I see these threads. Like, for some reason, the algorithm just like will throw these threads in my face. People like they're mad at each other, and I'm just like, me personally, I don't really the Twitter format of communicating. I don't enjoy a ton. It's hard to communicate with people like through text like that, you know. So I just am like, what the heck? I personally don't like argue with people on like the internet, I guess, like written format, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I'm just like, what the heck? And it's like, I mean, he seemed to block people who maybe were in some ways vampire attacking, you know. I think that's a fair, um, and that's a
Assertion, yeah.
fair like, because I see some people they call these things. They're saying, oh well, this is a derivative of Hex. There are derivatives of Hex like Hedron and Maxi.
Yeah.
But there's other things that aren't derivatives of Hex. People are like, why does everyone matter? And I'm like, there's like those don't really benefit Hex. They just kind of like I don't know.
Yeah, I knew it was going to end badly. Like, I never wanted to really talk about it because in the event that maybe it'll end well, but I did have my suspicions that it would end badly because at the end of the day, people need to buy one. You need to pick one, and if you pick not Hex, not Pulsechain, PulseX, and your coin's pumping, and let's say Hex isn't pumping at that time, or vice versa. I mean, there's going to be friction. So the founders could say from today till tomorrow, they're not competitors. They don't. They're trying to help out Pulsechain. You don't want it to be Ghost Chain, whatever. I'm saying. I mean, what are they going to do when their community starts, getting adversarial? Are they going to not have their communities back? It's just, it's not really a good look. I think. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure some of these projects mean well. I'm sure some of these projects will not end up having a fallout. Maybe they'll be able to be in good standing with Richard, but I don't know. It's getting more and more frustrating where like every day there's like another coin out there that's trying to win over your money with the sack phase or with this new project. No expectations. We're having pulse this, pulse that. The pulse prefix. I call it the pulse prefix. The pulse prefix is not indicative of Richard Hart price performance. That much I could say. And that's why I just stick to as Lick calls it, the trifecta. But what's your take on that, Ben?
I think, yeah, when I first got into Hex, it didn't really do anything for a while, and I was like, screw this coin. And I went and chased all the other shiny things that were pumping, and I think it's just the same things happening now. People are bored, and they're
Yeah.
like, and luckily, I've been wrecked where I think I've learned my lesson enough from the shiny object syndrome. So I think that's all it is, man. I think it's literally like people are bored. And they're like, why? Maybe they haven't experienced a full on Hex pump, So
Yeah.
like it's a little understandable of like if you first were buying at 20 cents and then it went all the way down and you're like, oh, everyone lied to me, and that's not a proper view, but I like people might be thinking that way, because ultimately you made the decision to buy or sell or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it is interesting, there's all these things, pulse this, pulse that, and I've told this many times of how I was early on Matic, and Matic did pretty well, and I was like, well, I know these other coins, and this is kind of the narrative with Hex right now, is like, oh, well, it already had its pump, you know? So, like, these other things, because they're newer, they are going to pump harder. Well, maybe, but a lot of them are, you know, they might not pump at all. They could, I mean, I'm not saying anything specifically about anything. I'm just saying, like, it makes me nervous if anyone other than Richard Hart is doing this sacrifice, even though I think plenty of people have done it that are truthful. Like, you know, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of things you might think, well, I'll just throw a little money here, a little money there, and then it adds up. And then the thing you could have just held all along outperforms all of it. Like what happened to me with Matic. I bought all these like stupid coins on Matic because I was like, Matic already pumped, you know, 30x, you know, these other things are next, because that was the narrative. Oh, these are lower market cap and they're on the Matic, so they're going to pump even harder. And then like if I just done nothing, would have made so much more money. So maybe it's just lessons being learned for a lot of people right now, but I can't predict the future, so we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, I think people don't understand how rare 10,000x is. Like, it almost never happens. Like, even the new coins, most of them maybe do a 10, 20x if you're lucky. If they're not a scam, if they're not a rug pull, maybe you're lucky. So that's the thing. The new projects that succeed do well when they're new, but most new projects do not do well. So yeah, that's really what I'd say. There's an interesting thing. So like, I used to be very frustrated, like, oh no, now this guy's on his own coin and this guy's on his own coin and there's this thing. It's like, leave us alone, man. But like, I'm kind of starting to realize that like maybe if it wouldn't have been these people making these new coins, it would have been someone else, whether inside or outside the community. It's just like, it's just a manifestation of bad price performance over the last year due to a bear market. I think it's sort of unavoidable, and I think people are attributing the poor Hex performance, over the recent couple months. They're trying to maybe find narratives that aren't necessarily there. Like, people would have been buying Hex if not for Pulse this and Pulse that. But I don't know if that's true, because like I say, people like buying tops and selling bottoms. That's really what it comes down to. So they would have probably just sat on the sidelines.
Yeah, it's like the same thing if people say like, oh, these new coins are taking all the buy pressure away from Bitcoin, you know? I think it's the same thing. Like, I don't necessarily think things are taking the buy pressure away from Hex. I feel like welcome to the real world where like new things are always going to start existing.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous to think like there wouldn't be other, and there's always been other coins when Hex was created. Oh, we're going to say every other coin has always been taking buy pressure from Hex. So everything is down right now, you know.
Everything's down, and you're not going to make. I mean, not financial advice, but it's unlikely you're going to find life-changing wealth in crypto in a bear market, especially when the Federal Reserve's tightening. I know there was the easy money this last one, so DeFi kind of had that pump before everything else pumped, and you were able to have mad gains. But this time, there were some tokens. I keep looking at crypto bubbles every day, and like for a while, like Trust Wallet token was doing well on the dumpy days, but eventually it started selling off. I mean, there's not a lot of liquidity going into the market. There's a lot of bearish news. Money's expensive. Money can produce a lot of yield even in TradFi, in bonds and things like that. That's just guys. Bear market. That's really all it is. It's not the shiny new object syndrome that people are chasing. I mean, these are really manifestations of the bear market. Overall, it's just we're in the bear. That's really what I think it is. But the question is whether Hex comes back. And I think, in my opinion, not financial advice. And we're going to see from the tweets we cover that it's looking like it has the best shot. Let's leave it at that. I think it has probably a better shot than even probably everything except maybe Ethereum. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Ben?
Yeah, I'm ready to see the tweets, man. Let's take a look. I've been seeing a lot of good perspectives on Twitter, so I'm sure you probably got the tweets. Those.
Yes, and Crypto Freedom, smash the like button and subscribe. Show your support. Furufinance is hustling for your tokens. Let's go. Let's effing go. And yeah, please smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Go over to Ben DuBard's channel. Smash the like button. spam the like button, should I say, in all his videos, and spam the subscribe button. Actually, only press it once. Don't press it twice. But Ben Dubard's excellent content, excellent insight,
Thank you.
excellent company in the bear market, I would say.
It's good having friends, and
it's good having friends.
It's very good.
Yeah, true. And let's get to the news you guys all been waiting for. And feel free to leave a super chat. I'm just saying, okay? But thank you guys all for tuning in. We got, I guess we'll just go to Crypto Bubbles for a second. Okay, you guys saw it. I don't want to look at it anymore. Hex Daily Stats, check it on the daily at hexdailystats.com. Meaningful information, meaningful metrics. Again, 89 net change in current. I only care about current and holders and stakers and maybe payout per T-share. That's all I care about. I don't care about total, because total, if you had 1 million stakers a year ago and now you have 10, your total stakers is 1,010,000. So change in current holders 89, and we got 12 new stakers, 12 wallets that have not staked are staking. They have bought in. I like staking because it shows buy into the system. It shows you're willing to delay gratification, and probably your attention will be glued to Hex because you're staked, you're locked in. You're probably going to continue buying, like me and yourself have. So, what's your thoughts on that, Ben?
Yeah, I agree. I think staking is pretty awesome. So, T-shares, man.
T-shares. And the T-share payout. The T-share payout yesterday was 6.5 Hex per T-share. Not bad. We are really moving up very fast, I'd say. But that's that. We got Ben Dubard on Twitter. Are you guys following Ben Dubard?
Oh, my gosh.
You better be following Ben Dubard. He's got a meme telling my family I didn't buy them presents because Pulsechain hasn't launched yet. What's your take on that?
I think it's some great humor,
Yes.
Laughter and sadness are flip side of the same coin, as
Very
people
true.
say. So I use humor to cope with life all the time. If anyone, I mean, that's just who I am as a person. Like, I'm always making jokes and stuff. So I hope no one took this too serious. But yeah,
I took it serious. I didn't buy my family presents because of that. It was a call to action by Ben Dubard.
Richard Hart deprived my family of Christmas presents.
Yes, very true. And yeah, it's good stuff. The community that controls the memes controls the future. Just saying. No, it is true. Memes are very powerful. I'm not even joking. We got Hex Keef at Murder Sauce. You should be following him. Thank you for the cheap Hex Fudsters. Lols. Go back to sleep. He bought with $1,000, 50,053.44 Hex. What's your take on that, Ben?
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't think anyone. Well, I mean, I guess people thought, but I don't know. It was hard to imagine that this kind of like deal, I guess you could call it, would happen again. So yeah, it's pretty nuts.
It's pretty nuts. And yeah, this this is like the good old days. You guys want to go back to the good old days? Everyone likes the good old days. How about this? How about 50,053 Hex for $1,000? That sounds nostalgic. Sounds like a time that I didn't even have the privilege to participate. You know who could tell you about the good old days? Matty Allen could tell you about the good old days. Sup, y'all. Day 2 of being able to work out legs. Woohoo. Matty Allen. Matty Allen was in a very vicious car accident, and he, thank God, is fine, and he had a full recovery, and he's tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, Matty Allen. You're getting the link.
Yeah, thanks, Matty. Man, it's crazy because Matty's still been streaming even after, like, I've been in fender benders before, and it shook me up pretty hard. So I can only imagine, like physically, but also mentally, it's got to be like really crazy. And he's still here streaming. it's pretty awesome. So shout out to Maddie. Glad you're getting better.
Did the link send? I think I sent it. Sent. Yeah. In case you want to come on, we'd love to have you on. We always love having Maddie on. So, yeah. So that's that. Very nostalgic. And we got crypto gains. Love my daily payout. Cheers, everyone. Love the payouts. I love the payouts too. Always loving the payouts. Yeah. What do you think about the yield? What do you think about this incentivization for holding the price up?
I think it's brilliant, man. And I saw an Eric Wall thread, and I commented on it because he said something like, what incentive do people have to stay in a community anymore? And I was like, when you're staked an average of 10 years plus, you're kind of like, that's the design of the system. Not only do you get yield, but it creates this like unbreakable community, because it's like we're here together for 15 years. Anyone who has a 5,555 stake, it's like you get the yield, but it also is just like, I don't know, it's pretty brilliant designed in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And then we're seeing a lot of the old FUD narratives that we've heard for a long time. Like, it's so weird seeing this stuff pop up now, because it's what people have been saying like for all of Hex's existence, of like, oh, it like, good luck with all this endless inflation and endless yield, like, it's just interesting. All these recycled narratives come back now.
Yeah. People don't understand. I talked about this in my chat with Funding Jim. I like talking about this because this is something that people in cryptocurrency don't understand. Like, people understand one side of the inflation equation, and then the gold. Yeah, and the gold bugs kind of understand it, but they're also in the wrong asset, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but the money has to hit the market for inflation. I keep trying to explain this to people. And Hex obviously incentivizes not having the money hit the market. And that's not to say that, money's not going to hit the market, but, a lot less of it hits the market. And especially after like some serious price appreciation, you're going to sell a considerably smaller percentage, because people's needs are finite. The money is infinite. That's really what it comes down to. Like, there's only so much you could buy, and then there comes a point where you just reinvest it in things like that. So people that say, oh yeah, the inflation is just going to drive the price down forever, are thinking like plebs, because they don't understand being rich. Even though I'm not rich, I can understand being rich. And that's the first step, guys. Understand being rich. Rich people, they have a lot of income generating assets. They have a lot of stocks, bonds, real estate. They extract liquidity from perhaps dividends, high-paying jobs, and real estate, and things like that. And they generally don't sell most of their stocks. Like, they just don't need to sell it for what? And especially in Hex, you could provide liquidity, earn the fees, and things like that, and you could probably earn a higher yield than anything in TradFi. So yes, there will always be corrections. There'll be profit taking, but I think in the long run, I think the future's bright, guys. And Maddie said, I would join if the background is going to create it. All right, no pressure. But if you always welcome in here. But I'm glad to hear that you're listening to us in the gym. Are we that motivational? You could do it. One more rep. Let's go.
Maddie, get in there.
Get in there. All right. And moving on. Next up, we have Crypto Wendy. This is what I wanted to get to. So Crypto Wendy has got a lot of followers. She's got 320,000 followers. I think she has, how many subs does she have on YouTube?
I don't know, a couple 100,000, I think.
Let me see. She's got 182,000 subs on YouTube. She's got a big following. She decided to go live discussing Hex and Pulsechain. So during the bear market, when everything's down, nothing's happening. Like, do you hear about any big followers talking about Sandbox, Mana, Engine Token, all the big pumpers? I mean, it's as if they never existed. But all the big people for positive or negative, they're talking about Hex, which there could be no better indicator of a community staying intact. What's your thoughts on that, Ben?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Did you watch the discussion at all, or?
I did watch some of it, and she's just very neutral. It's very hard for these people that have big followings to take a stance on Hex because a lot of their followers, don't like Richard Hart for various reasons, and they're beholden to their followers. I think that's a thing people don't realize. Like us being small accounts that came to prominence on the credibility of representing Hex are able to be more intellectually honest, and objective. But people that came to prominence maybe on Bitcoin or Ethereum, whose communities are very hostile towards Hex, putting their neck out there and talking about Hex is really taking a big risk because people, their community could leave them. That's really what I think. I think that's something that people don't talk about and people don't understand. But it's an interesting thought I had. Do you think that's interesting?
Sorry, it cut out a little bit. Like the the stream cut for me a little bit. What was the last part you said?
I was thinking to myself, like, why do these big crypto accounts like Wendy-O, like BitBoy Crypto, even Ivan on Tech? I mean, they're very nice to Richard and they have him on, but they're very, very reluctant to really go full speed ahead. Like this is where it's at, like to really talk about it regularly and endorse it, And I realized that, when they came up like BitBoy Crypto came up on Ethereum. He came up on Bitcoin, on Cardano. Those are the communities that he catered to. Those communities don't like Hex, but they like BitBoy Crypto. So if he'd go all out on Richard Hart and Hex, he would risk losing a lot of his current demographic, which, a lot of them buy his content. A lot of them buy his a lot of them buy his merch. A lot of them, it's a lot of clout and things like that. So it's not worthwhile for him to stick his neck out there. I think the same thing applies to Wendy-O and a lot of these content creators. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. I mean, they're running a business.
Yeah.
When you think about it. So you're exactly right. They're just going to do what is going to benefit them the most. Because if they stop doing what they're doing, then some guy's just going to come take their place. I think is really what could happen.
Because do the Solana people like Hex? No, they hate Hex. Do the Cardano people no, they hate Hex.
I think a lot of people too don't even know what Hex is as well. I was shocked in Wendy-O's second interview with Richard Hart, where I don't know if you remember this, she didn't even know what Pulsechain was. Isn't Pulsechain a layer 2 or something? I was she really had no idea what it was. I was huh,
Yeah.
And I've met people in the crypto space, they don't really know. They haven't really heard of it because all they do is they watch, CoinDesk or the mainstream places who don't really talk about it. And that's another thing to your point about BitBoy and Crypto Wendy. I mean, they're running a business. They're only going to talk about things where you can go buy it through their referral link or they're getting paid to promote it. So maybe they justify it. They're oh, well, I like this thing anyway, so let me get paid to talk about it. But
yeah. And that also comes back to what Abid Hex said, is that the reason why there's so many content creators and there's such a strong community in Hex is because we have to do it all ourselves. We can't rely on BitBoy Crypto. The XRP community, they have BitBoy. BitBoy's down to represent them because, it's good clout, or maybe he likes it. I don't know, but whatever. Wendy-O is going to talk about Ethereum. They don't need their own exclusive content creators, but nobody's going to talk about Hex except for us, which is why you got to get out there and spread the word. Save people from the meat grinder. It's true. It's funny, but it's true. Save people from the meat grinder of these endless scams and referral links from these centralized organizations and companies that don't have your best interest in mind. Feel free to chop up this live stream and arbitrage it on YouTube Shorts or TikTok, as long as, it puts me in a positive light, obviously. But I'm saying, you don't want to put yourself out there, put us out there. But it's important. And I think new people like myself and you coming out during this bear market is again a testament to the strength of the Hex community. What's your take on that, Ben?
Yeah, makes sense. I agree.
Yeah.
I think over time, Hex has been alive for 3 years now, which is pretty nuts.
this is another thing I like is that since big content creators don't talk about it, like we get first dibs on the algorithm. Like us smaller people get first dibs on the algorithm. You want to be an XRP content creator? Good luck, because they're serving BitBoy Crypto first. They're serving Wendy O first. They're serving, you're it's an uphill battle. Let's just leave it at that. But you want to be a Hex content creator? They're serving FuruFinance first. They're serving Ben Dubard first, because the big channels don't talk about it. You guys have to.
Sorry. Yeah. I mean, I was just going to say, like, we need more honest, good intentioned people in the space. So, like, if that's you, then, like, there is a huge opportunity here. I did not expect my channel to grow as, like, fast as it did. And watching FuruFinance's channel growth as well, just from, like, consistently posting, there is a massive opportunity to, like, become a voice of reason, become, like, I don't know, to really help people, I think, because that's something about crypto is, like, the incentives are all wrong, really. Like, people are incentivized, like you said, to send people to the meat grinder. And they don't even realize they're sending people to the meat grinder, or they do, or they justify it somehow. But yeah, I mean, I just think we need more honest, good intentioned people, and there's a big opportunity there for that, because in the long term, you're going to shine. Like, people are going to be like, oh, this guy's been honest the whole time. This guy's had good intentions the whole time.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I agree, man.
Yeah, very well said. And this is the opportunity, because big streamers, not so much is happening. So even the big streamers, like they're streaming less frequently. They're still keeping it up. In fact, Matty Allen is still twice a week. So, but a lot of the bigger names in Hex, including Richard Hart, are not streaming as frequently because of the bear market. So that means that you get first dibs on the algorithm again. But I'm telling you, these big streamers, once the bull market hits, once there's some serious price action, they're going to be out there, and they're going to be getting ahead of you. So now's the time to really build. And we got CI, BitBoy and Wendy have improved. That is very true. And I don't like to be hostile towards BitBoy or Wendy O or Ivan on Tech, because these people are good. They treat Richard fairly. I'm saying, like, considering the circumstances, they're very, very amicable. I appreciate it. And I think if you're hostile towards them, then they're going to be like, why should I have Richard Hart on the show? Like, why should I even address these people? So I agree with that. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, I think it is nice that they treat him fairly, pretty fair. So I think it's pretty cool. And I think it's only gonna, get better from here, Like, that's going to increase with other big crypto content creators. And then Wendio and BitBoy are probably going to talk about them more, especially, if Hex continues its good price appreciation after, bear market and stuff, and Pulsechain launches, especially. I think it really is going to, I don't know, there's going to be a lot more of this kind of thing. So it's exciting, and yeah, it's a good sign.
Yeah, and let me just reminder. I just want to reiterate my appreciation to CI. CI, you see that badge next to him? CI is a member. CI is he is committed to supporting this channel. He you too can be a member, and I just modded him because just to show my appreciation. It's $3, $4, $5 a month. You get priority in the chat. You get badges, and it really supports this. So if you guys want to commit, the price of a cup of coffee once a month just to support me, you feel like this is worth your while, this adds value to your life, I would greatly appreciate it. Just saying. But in any case, we got 55 watching, so hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, go over to Ben Dubard's channel, go hit the subscribe button, go watch all his videos, like all his videos. You'll be more educated and you'll be grateful for that. And then go to bendubard.com, bendubard.com. NCI says, I think Richard is helping to shake out the weak hands right now. It's healthier for the next bull run and further growth. No worries, strong hands. I agree with that 100%. And thank you, FuruFinance. Thank you, CI, for being a member. And Ben, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, whether he's doing this intentionally or unintentionally, like you said, it's creating an opportunity, you know? Like Richard's not there to watch on his channel, and then people like us have an opportunity. And also it is shaking out the people who are like scared and they're like, look, he's ghosting everyone, he's like rugging everyone, whatever. So yeah, I mean, I guess that could be what he's intentionally doing. I wouldn't be surprised because he does say this. He says all the time, you know, you want people to sell now. Like we want people to sell right now.
True.
So yeah, I mean, I agree. It is healthier for the next bull run. It's just a redistribution of all the coins from the non-believers to the believers.
Yeah, a good. It's true, and a good way to put it would be, you know, when you get drunk and then the next day you're completely nauseous, you could either, you know, force yourself to throw up, and you're gonna have a great day. You'll feel great. You know, you'll get a little hydrated. You'll feel great, or you could just be sick the entire day and feel like garbage. I think we want to feel great this bull market, so let's just rip the band-aid off. Whether he's intentionally doing it or not, I think it's a very, very good thing. You mind if I just take a leak? Check the comments section.
Yeah, go ahead.
Super chats, guys. Leave super chats.
Shout out to KC, Liverpool fan there. Must be a good man. That's right. I'm a huge Liverpool fan. Soccer. I love soccer. Growing up, I played like super competitive, and it was like my passion in life. Like I just loved it so much. I always wanted to play pro soccer. And I played like for a club team in college and stuff. So I love soccer, and I've been a Liverpool fan for like over 10 years because my first jersey was Fernando Torres. So yeah, I'm gonna have some more decorations put up on this wall. Yeah, I don't want to bore everyone with soccer talk, but yeah, I'm the type of person when I really like love something, I like go really hard on it. And crypto has become like this thing now that I'm super passionate about the past like 2 years. So yeah, but yeah, I didn't watch the Wendio thing. I don't know. I don't feel like she knows a ton about Hex, and I saw Motley Investor said something like it didn't seem that thorough of a review, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, I didn't watch it myself, but what's up, Furu? Welcome back.
What did I miss?
Nothing. Was just talking about how I love Liverpool and soccer.
Oh yeah.
And then I mentioned I didn't watch the Wendio stream, just because like I don't think she knows that much about Hex. And then I saw Motley Investor said something like it didn't seem like a very thorough review or whatever.
Yeah, listen, we have to be nice. I think it's good. I think we need to incentivize people talking about it. I think what she did was I think from her not being hostile is already like a very good step in the right direction. So I gave it a like. I'd give it a retweet. We'll get there, but I did give it a like. And I did like the video, because if she sees that she's getting engagement when she talks about Hex, you know, she's going to do it more. It's a positive feedback loop. So you guys give it a like and maybe even a retweet. Definitely. If you're feeling really good, then she's going to want to talk about Hex more. How about that?
Yeah, I think being toxic like rarely is a solution to like getting someone to like appreciate what you're trying to say.
Yeah, true.
For like anything.
And we got CI says, to all my OG maximalist-ish friends in here, we need to keep learning outside of Hex to make fresh money we can put back into Hex in bearish times. We are the price defenders. Good point. All right. And let's move on to the next tweet. Oh, I like this. This was the captain, RG3 with Kinetics, and Johnny Chaos, the #1 Twitter account on Twitter, according to me at least. But let me actually, I have to, it's annoying. I'm sorry. We gotta share tabs this time. Stop screen, present, share screen, Chrome tabs. There we go. All right, let's play this.
Now, this community is getting rocked right now because when the chips are down when things like this start landing in people's mailboxes, this is where you start to learn who really is who is really behind this, who is really going to stand there in the fire and get forged, who's going to be annealed, and who's going to pull up stakes and bug out or turn on the community and start trying to cooperate to a point where they're actually lying about what's going on. There's some things like that that are going to happen. We're going to start to see who some people really are out there. And it's not going to be good, but those who do make it through this, you're going to see some freaking strong community members come out of this. The best of our best are going to shine through on this thing. I promise you that. I am excited about this. I really am. I'm glad we're where we're at because I know through the gauntlet and through the fire, the best come out of this. The best crawl from the ashes, and we will have the best. And everybody will be exposed for who they are right now. So if you're out there, and this is and you're public, or this is where your character is going to shine.
Wow, that is some powerful words from the captain, RG3. What is your take on that, Ben?
It's like Rihanna says, shine bright like a diamond. I thought that was great. I hadn't watched that video. I saw the tweet, but yeah, that's pretty cool. You're going to have to show me how you got the video to play with such great sound like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to say that he
good.
I mean, you could say those things, but you can't say it the way RG3 says it. There's just some way he says it. There's something that is special about the way he says it that cannot be reiterated by other people. It cannot be said in that same way. That's why I had to play it, because I could say it 1,000 times, but it is true. This is really the way you are when the price is pumping doesn't mean anything to me. That's not a testament of your character. Anyone could be bullish. Anybody could be positive. It's very easy. It's not easy to do it when the price is down. And, everybody knew that volatility is the price you pay for the fastest appreciating asset. Richard Hart has said that so many times. The volatility comes, and then the paper hands come out of the woodwork, so to speak. And this is what a correction. This is what a bear market's all about. So beautiful, beautiful tweet by RG3. Let me actually give that a like and a retweet. If I haven't yet. Oh, I did. Okay, great. And we got a $10 super chat from PNW Sasquatch. Thank you so much for your generous contribution. It's greatly appreciated and supports the show. People forgetting that PulseX is right around the corner. The documentary is right around the corner, and Richard is right far more than he is wrong. Stupid time to jump ship. What's your take on that, Ben?
Yeah, man, I agree. And I'd almost forgot about the documentary. I'm so excited to watch that. I've been telling everyone about it, friends and family. I'm like, well, there's going to be a documentary about Richard Hart and Hex, and they seem interested when I tell them that. I've shown a good amount of people the trailer. So yeah, it is. I do agree. I think it's, Richard is, people are forgetting, I don't know. People forget pretty fast. But yeah, I've said, I think he's a genius.
Oh yeah.
When it comes, especially he's been in crypto so long. If you watch a lot of all his early streams, you see how he's a mega nerd, not, and I mean that in a great way. Nothing wrong with he's a mega nerd in the way that he knows so much about blockchain and crypto. It's insane. He just knows so much about everything. This is random, but in his Bitcoin magazine debate, the guy was like, Bitcoin's like the speed of light. It doesn't change. And then Richard Hart proceeds to explain how actually the speed of light does change. It's like that, where you're like, what in the world is this guy on about? It's hilarious. He just pulls out these random things. So yeah, definitely. I think people they're falling for the outrage marketing in the wrong way,
In the wrong way. They're getting outraged.
Yeah, they're forgetting, who this guy is. on a personal level. It seems, at least.
Yes.
You know.
Very true, and I appreciate the level-headedness. Level-headedness is key, not intelligence. Even though I'm sure PNW Sasquatch is intelligent, I'm sure, but I appreciate the ability to think straight and not fall for like the narratives. You know, like people all around you are getting scared. Why are they getting scared? PulseX is right around the corner. Is it not? Do you believe that he's lying about that? There's no PulseX. Okay, then fine, sell. Okay, I get it. I think you're stupid, but I get it. The documentary is right around the corner. Is the documentary not right? Is it all fake? Was the whole trailer, you know, like, do you not believe the documentary is happening? Do you not believe Pulsechain is happening? Has Richard Hart not been right far more than he's been wrong? Oh, yeah, he has. So why are we scared? What are we bugging out about? The only people that should be bugging out are like people that, you know, shilled scams and took money to shill things. I think that I would be worried if that was the case. But, you know, it's nice to have a clean slate. But thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. And PCI says, don't forget, click on the like button, guys. Very true. Please click on the like button. Thank you very much. And please subscribe to the channel. And please go to Ben Dubar's channel and like and subscribe. We got 54 watching. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. We hope we are making good company in the bear market. We know it's tough, but we're going through exactly what you are. And we're not OGs. We're not rich, but we have strong beliefs. And we got your friend SOMMI. I like this guy. I like what he brings to the table. It's very concrete and it's very meaningful. And this is a good example right here. I bought some more Hex. Hex is almost down 97% down. See, it's a double negative. He's a minus 90% down, so it's a little confusing there. But
I can't see the tweet for some reason.
Oh shoot! Yeah, this is what I was saying. You have to share the tab. Maddie actually, by the way, Maddie taught me how to share the audio. So shout out to Maddie. Thank you for that. And he said I have to pass it on, so I'm going to pass it on to you, Ben, after the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
sweet.
We pay it forward here. We pay it forward. Let me see if I could. Okay. Stop screen. All right. Yeah. He has. Okay. So Hex is down 97% down. One big docs wallet seller. So that's deal one. He has 130 million left. So that's down 70 million from the last time, right?
Yeah, I think he had 219 million for a while. He was on 219 for a few weeks.
Yeah. And don't let people scare you out of your bags. This is when you're supposed to keep on buying. Not financial advice, obviously, but what's your original thought on that?
Yeah, I mean, same thing we've been saying, you know, DCA. It seems like this happens in crypto. Coins do dip a good bit. So the volatility goes both ways. I think people are forgetting that too. So
yeah, and I like that, you know, it was 200 something million and now it's 130 million and we're still here, guys. You know, price hasn't gone down that much since he started selling, right? It's at like 3 and now it's at maybe around 2 right now. And that's fine. That's fine. The more he sells, the less dollars people have to put in to push the price back up. And yeah, the more opportunity for new people. There are a lot of new people. So that's what I'd say about that. Metastain. If I put 1,000 into a coin at 10 cents and it goes to 0, do I lose my position? Total loss of money. Yeah, this was one of my shorts. First of all, Metastain, my first consultation, you know, shout out to him. We had an excellent session. You guys could also have a consultation. Email me at furufinance@gmail.com. Great rates, great experience, not financial advice, but if I put 1,000 into a coin at 10 and it goes to 0, do I lose my position? Yes, total loss of money. That's the thing I was saying in my shorts. If people think, oh, it's gone this low, it can't go any lower. It's like if you bought Luna at $100 or you bought it at $1, you would have lost all your money pretty much. That's really how it works. But what's your take on that, Ben?
Yeah. I mean, even from like 20 cents down to now, that's still a pretty massive dip, even though 20 cents from the height of Hex was still like, you know, a big dip itself. So yeah, I've seen people on Twitter, they say they say stuff like we've dipped 95%, so it's only a 3% dip to be in a 98% dip.
That's
like,
that's a 50% correction, by the way. 90.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like people don't understand that. Like 90 to 95 is a 50% correction, and then 95 to 97.5 is another 50% correction. So you could always lose. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. And that's what, like, people don't understand that. So
True. But great point, and shout out to you. And next up, we got again your friend SOMMI. Some crypto communities are laying the foundation for the next bull market, whilst many have been gone for 7 months. Leaders within the space are powering on to prepare for the 2023, 2024, and 2025. Hex community is doing this. Pulsechain too. I like. What's your first thought on that before I say that?
I think it's pretty awesome. I mean, I wonder how he does the text so well, like the text for the shorts, how he like has like A-bit shorts.
Yeah.
Like, how does he have the text do what it does?
He probably pays someone, because I was trying to do that, and like I was able to do it, but it took me a very, very long time. And I'm just like, I hope my content, what I say stands on its own merit, and it's interesting enough that people will stick and watch it, because like it's a lot of work to get those texts into the shorts, and that's why a lot of people just pay people to do it. But here's what I really like is that, look at what he said. Abit said, I made 20 plus short videos of Richard Hart win. So he got 150,000 views on TikTok, 105 on Instagram, 80K on YouTube. Guys, this is a call to action, and I'm not asking you to sign up for my email list or to leave a super chat or to become a member. TikTok, Gary Vee talks about this. TikTok is the window to virality. People want to talk about Hex going viral. You cannot disaggregate TikTok and virality. TikTok is the key to virality. YouTube is not what it was back in the Charlie Bit My Finger days. It's people are generally go there and they already have something in mind they want. They don't scroll. They don't get served. But TikTok and YouTube Shorts, which is also important, but there's less users there. People that otherwise would not have seen your content are going to land on your content. And if it's interesting, they're going to keep watching it. And if they keep watching it, the algorithm processes it, and the algorithm keeps serving them your content. Because ultimately, if you want to know what the algorithm wants, they want people to stay on the platform for as long as possible, because that's what makes it successful. So guys, go on to TikTok. Like, he got the most views on TikTok. That is not a coincidence. If you're a YouTuber, arbitrage, just clip up your videos, put them in 1080 by 1920, and put it on TikTok. It doesn't have to be as nice as Abit Hex, but that would be good. But this is engagement. This is cross-pollination. It is the next generation. It's also, the current generation. It's where it's at. I mean, this is YouTube in the early days. You remember YouTube in the early days? All those people that just put out videos and just all of a sudden went viral.
Yeah.
It's like you can't do that anymore. Like, my most watched videos, 5,000 views. The people that are bigger than you are getting served first. But in TikTok, That's not the case. And this is all my videos that aren't Hex related get maybe 20 to 100 views. Look at this. This is my furufinance. You should be following me at furufinance. I got 91 followers. 91 followers, and some of my shorts are getting 200 views, right? That's average. That's typical. When I had 90 subscribers on YouTube, I was not getting even close to that, especially when it wasn't with regard to Hex, Pulsechain, and PulseX, because that's very high engagement, and like that could get you more views. You just use the tags. But I'm getting videos. My most viewed video was a Michael Saylor video, talking about Michael Saylor being a tragic figure. I got 2,745 with 90 followers. TikTok is the key to virality. If you don't want to put your name and face out there, you still want to make a difference, clip up my videos. I don't know, Ben, are you okay with clipping up your videos?
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah.
And just arbitrage it. Abit Hex sent me, I'll show you guys, he posted later, but there's tons of people on YouTube doing this. There's tons of people on Twitter talking about Hex, and that's important. I think maybe, technically speaking, it's more important, but there's already such a high concentration. If you're a content creator, you want to get out there, you want to get famous. TikTok, guys, TikTok. It's the window to virality. What are your thoughts on TikTok, Ben Dubard?
I agree. I think you're right. I hate TikTok. I hate it so much, but I have a TikTok too. It's like, it's so easy to, what's the easiest place to go viral? I think also because of how their algorithm works. And like so many people, they like the short format. I like long live streams where I put it on and I listen for a while and I like chill. But today's generation,
these young bucks,
these kids, man. But yeah.
But this is so good. It gets in front of people that otherwise it wouldn't get in front of. That's the key. People that otherwise wouldn't be watching Hex content. If you're on TikTok, they're going to be watching it. And I have a couple suggestions for you to follow. Number one is Ben Dubard. Have you guys heard of Ben Dubard?
Yeah.
He has got 20 followers on TikTok. But guess what, guys? At least he's there. And I think it's going to pay off tremendously. Just takes that one hit in order to score. So what's your take on the Ben Dubard TikTok?
I think this guy has real potential. And he needs to post more and put in a little more work because he gets lazy sometimes.
We all do. But guys, follow Ben Dubard on TikTok. That's my first pick. Another one is, he's in the chat, so I didn't put this in, but Maddie Allen.
Nice.
Guys, Maddie Allen should be following on TikTok. And Maddie, hopefully you post more frequently, but he's 548. He gets to 1,000. He gets to stream on TikTok. So he'd be dual streaming on not only YouTube, but TikTok and Twitter. That is big. It's big. You want that to be happening. So please go follow Maddie Allen. Top-notch content. Insightful in not only Hex, Pulsechain, PulseX, mental health, life coaching, self-help, endless things that he talks about. He's a genius. So you better be following Maddie Allen on TikTok. What are your thoughts on Maddie Allen on TikTok, Ben Dubard?
Go follow him now.
Yes. That's right. And go like all his videos. Throttle the algorithm. And also maybe part of the reason why Maddie's not, watching as much, is posting as much, is because no one likes it. Everyone wants to see him on YouTube. Guys, it's the next generation. Next is El Hexidente. He's got 61,300 followers. Think about that. Does any Hex YouTuber have 61,000 except for Richard Hart? No. No one has even half of that. Crypto Coffee's the biggest one with 27. He was able to build up 61,000. Again, TikTok is the window to virality.
Pretty crazy.
He's got excellent content. You should be following at El Hexidente. And what are your thoughts on at El Hexidente?
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
go follow him.
Yeah, that's right. Next up, we got Super Hex Win. Am I not following him? It was a mistake. It's weird. It's not working. The follow button's not working for some reason.
This happened to me too. On it'll say I'm unfollowed people that I was sure I was following, like on Twitter too.
These people are doing something very important because they're somewhere where no one else is. And let's say it gets people might not necessarily just right away go from TikTok to, buying Hex on Uniswap. But when the bull market comes around and they see it's doing well, they're like, oh, shoot. And then they start buying. It's in front of them, guys. This is excellent content. He's also, that shows you the ceiling is high. The ceiling for virality is like that much higher on TikTok. He's got more followers than any other YouTuber. So go follow Super Hex Win on TikTok. Next up, we got Yori Hex. Yori Hex has 10.7 thousand followers. She streams regularly. You should be following her. She is on TikTok. A lot of it's Swedish. I think she's Swedish, but great content. She makes very nice looking videos also, like attention to detail, unlike mine. But yes, be following Yori Hex, doing some great work on TikTok. What are your thoughts on Yori Hex, Bendubar?
Yeah, everyone go follow.
And next up, we got Abbott Hex. Abbott Hex was recently on the show. He is 51 followers away from live streaming. His TikToks are so well done. This man he makes for perfect TikToks also. I was chopping up for my interview in YouTube Shorts. So clear, so concise. Doesn't even waste words. It's exactly as much needed. So it makes for great 1-minute videos. He is very smart. He got in on day one. You should be following at Abbott Hex. Nobody works harder than at Abbott Hex. So let's get him to that 1,000 goal so he could be live streaming on TikTok. We need to be on TikTok, okay? I keep saying this. TikTok. You guys talk about pre-viral. TikTok is the gateway to post-viral, to virality. Abbott Hex is doing an awesome job on TikTok. Go follow Abbott Hex. And last, we got furufinance, but I already spoke about that. So yeah. Any closing thoughts about TikTok, Bendubar?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like weirdness around TikTok because, like, I don't know, they watch your, I don't know, like, I was scared to download TikTok because I've heard just like things like, oh, you know, they put this weird software on your phone and they do this and they do that. And I'm kind of like, at the end of the day, I feel like all your apps are doing that to some extent. And like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a huge deal to me. But maybe I'm just ignorant on the subject. But I also think Dollar Cost Crypto talks a lot about getting on Instagram and Instagram Reels as well. So I think that's another place we could all go to. And I post some on Instagram, but yeah, so Instagram Reels, TikTok, because we seem to dominate Twitter pretty hard, you know?
Yeah.
And there's room for us to like go.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense because, you know, most people, my demographic especially, most people that watch my stuff are between 25 and I think maybe 35, and that's really Twitter and YouTube. Instagram, right, you know, a little bit, but, you know, we got to start getting out of the echo chamber, so to speak, you know, more, you know, catering to a newer demographic. But yeah, that's really what I think. And next up, we got Watcher Guru. MicroStrategy has purchased an additional 2,500 Bitcoin for $41 million. Then Funding Jim. You should be following Funding Jim on Twitter at Funding Jim, GYM. Cool. They sold 5,000 3 weeks ago. Where is that tweet? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about this a lot. Like the crypto news media, they're, you know, they have a narrative. So
true. Yeah, no, that was an interesting one. And what else do we have? We have K for K.
All right.
If Hex doesn't go low enough, you don't get large players emergency end staking the lows. When you go up 10,000x in a short time frame, you should expect huge corrections. What do we say? Volatility is the price we pay for the best performing asset. Trading equals short-term thinking. What are your thoughts on that, Ben?
Yeah, we don't get the great price up without the ginormous price down. So
very true. Very true. Let's skip this one for today. Maybe tomorrow we'll do it. Quick one. Pulsechain and Hex trending. I see it trending every day, guys. Again, testament to the continuity of Hex, the community staying there. Just some good news I thought I'd show. What are your thoughts on Hex and Pulsechain trending on Twitter on the daily?
I think it's cool, but I feel like the trending shows you the things you like. So I don't know if that's like for every person in the world is seeing like, oh, look, what's this pulse chain and hex trending all the time? They're just seeing like whatever.
Well,
Like,
wait, I don't like the IRS.
yeah, it's still like, I don't know. It's
We're
still
certainly
like
gonna.
finance related though, you know? I don't know.
Okay. No, it
I'm
is.
not sure how it works, but
If there is some of that, you don't get listed, but it's got 2,095 and then
yeah,
3,706 tweets. So that's big. That is big. You're not getting on
yeah.
it unless there's high engagement. So that's that. We could check out the chat, see what you guys are saying. Hexray Vision. Hey, kids. Hey, Hexray Vision. Guys, I'm going on the Hexray Vision show.
Nice.
I'm going on Hexray Vision on Tuesday, January 3rd. Tune in to Hexray Vision and subscribe to his channel at 1:30 p.m. Are you guys going to be in there when I'm with Hexray Vision? That would be
Nice.
great.
I love the tech talks. I used to watch the tech talks all the time.
Yeah.
Hexray Vision.
Hexray Vision is very good. Hexray Vision got into Hex early, and he doesn't have to work anymore. So he works for us. All right. And we got this guy, Kingsley Benawari. Welcome, Kingsley. Never seen you in here before. Always nice to see new people. What was the issue price of Hex? People are just vibing. What I don't know. What does he not know?
We are long-term thinking, delaying gratification, and we have a great community, and that's pretty much it. We all have confidence in what's going on. We're here for the long term, I think, is the big thing, because you're kind of just chilling, you know?
Yeah, and while it's down 97%, it is still up 380x or something from all-time low. People got to measure from the bottom up, not the top down. And
Right.
and the community is still there, and we're in a bear market. Everyone's wrecked, but more holders, stakers every day. Code's the same, never changes, immutable. So we're faith in the contract is strong.
All hail the glorious smart contract.
Okay. Let's not give what's his name some the content he wants. Upper echelon. He's gonna like clip it like I told you Hex was a cult. You had this Hexagon saying, "All hail the con."
The truth engine must be worshipped.
Oh no, we're getting in trouble for that. Yeah. Next thing, guys, this is very bullish news. Hex Richard Hart got on Reuters. Did you hear about this?
Whoa. I don't know.
Reuters, guys.
I don't think I saw this.
Fact check.
Oh, yeah, I
Image
saw
of
that.
Ukraine's
Oh my
First Lady
gosh.
Olena Zelenska wearing luxury brands is altered. What? Are you serious? What? Well, they don't even show the original. But users online are sharing a digital altered image of Ukrainian's First Lady Olena Zelenska wearing clothing and accessories from luxury brands. The original image shows Richard Hart, an entrepreneur and YouTuber who touts a collection of luxury products. What about the world's largest diamond, the world's fastest appreciating asset, pulse chain? No, none of that. Okay. This is a step in the right direction, though. A Facebook user sharing the altered image said, "It warms the heart knowing the billions of our hard-earned tax dollars are going." Okay, we're not going to talk about this because we want to stay in good standing with the algorithm. But Richard Hart was on Reuters, okay? What's your thought on that, Ben Dubard?
It's pretty hilarious. I never would have thought that the president of Ukraine's wife would be photoshopped onto Richard Hart's body. Not only that, then a bunch of people would fall for it. Think it was actually like what?
And the same thing was with Carolyn Ellison of what's it called? Of FTX, yeah, in Alameda. It's like a lot of people have been getting that meme. It's become an iconic picture.
Which one are you talking about?
They duct taped Carolyn Ellison on Richard Hart's body. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, I think I did see that.
Plain.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. For the same photo. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm spelling wrong or something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, no, that's good news. That's a lot of people read Reuters, so shout out to that. And we don't have to read this whole article, but Bitcoin lost $3 million worth of cryptocurrency in a cyber attack, BTC.com. So the mining pool, basically, this is one of the world's largest mining pools. It got cyber attacked, and the money's gone. What are your thoughts on that? $700,000 worth of crypto owned by its clients, 2.3 million in digital assets were stolen during the attack.
Just, a tale as old as time. Not your keys, not your crypto.
Yeah, and Bitcoin mining sucks, especially with the T-share system where everyone can participate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And should we do one more article?
Sure.
We don't have to read the whole thing. Bitcoin miner Argo will avoid bankruptcy with $100 million bailout for Novogratz's Galaxy Digital. Mike Novogratz, Luna Tattoo, is buying Bitcoin mining companies. And this is, I just want to say before we get your take on this, the reason why I brought this up is just a reminder to people that the institutions are never, they're not good investors. They're never ahead of the curve. They're always late. Don't try and follow the institutions, not financial advice, obviously, but Mike Novogratz, he's the smart money. He's the institution. He owns Galaxy Digital. He got screwed by Luna, and now he's buying Bitcoin mining in 2022 when, proof of work has already been a testament that you could secure a network without hurting the price and the environment. And obviously you have the Hex T-share system, which allows people to earn inflation without mining. Mining is obsolete. Its margins are thin. It's not a profitable business. All the people that got in on Hex early, they're outperforming the mining companies, right? Matty Allen, he's outperforming this mining company, and no one's giving him $100 million, okay? But smart money, the institutions, the people that are in the know that always underperform the S&P 500, they're buying obsolete products. They're buying bad technology. They're buying something that has failed in every bear market and will probably continue to fail. And I thought it was just important to bring to your attention. The same way that they're late on Bitcoin, I think they're going to be late on Hex Pulsechain and PulseX. What's your thoughts on that, Ben DeBar?
Yeah, agreed. It's a bit ridiculous, So, agreed. I think we're early. I think, we're still very early, and you're exactly right. That's why I like locking my T-shares for the max limit, although I do have a staking ladder, but because they just get rarer over time, and it's like getting your Bitcoin mining hardware early and having it forever.
Exactly.
So, or not forever, but
but the great thing is that it's not going to be something that when you get in later, it's not going to be profitable the way Bitcoin is, because there's no profit margin, there's no expenses. You just have to give it your time. You just have to add it's a recipe of T-shares are a recipe consisted of Hex and time. Combine Hex and time, and you get to earn the yield and inflation with zero overhead aside from the price you paid for the Hex. But
yeah, it's like the more secure Bitcoin gets, the more expensive it gets, and then the more time goes on, the less the rewards get, because the inflation rate is going down. I think they're going to just 21 million is not going to be the limit. They're just going to increase the Bitcoin limit. I think that's probably what's going to happen.
That is an interesting take. Elaborate on that. That's something I never heard before.
Well, because Richard Hart has talked about the miners could just come together and decide to increase the Bitcoin limit. Because they rolled back the chain for, I think it was SegWit. It was the whole big controversy was they basically forced they did a hard fork, but rolled back the chain to make it a soft fork, I believe it
Mhm.
was. So it's like so like they could just vote to make the limit bigger, and like I could see it happening and people being like, well, this makes sense because this is yeah, guys, it makes sense. It's so cool. And there'll be a lot of people who are butthurt, but it's going to be, because I think that was something that really split up the community of Bitcoin as well. And that was something Richard Hart was against, was the rolling back the chain for that change. So
I think you might be right. I guess really the question is, do you think Bitcoin's even going to survive the test of time?
I think so. I mean, it's always going to be a novelty, I think. So yeah, I think it's going to be a novelty, but who knows?
I like to, but I see people say that, but it pumps less every time. And I keep thinking of that quote from, it was from The Sopranos. Did you see The Sopranos?
Dude, my brother literally asked me that 2 days ago, and I was like, I haven't seen that show.
Oh my God, you got to see that show. But basically, this was Tony was talking to Ralphie, and it was talking about the horse. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but they were talking about the horse that that Ralphie basically wanted basically to die, so to burn down the barn to collect insurance. And Tony's like, but he bounced back. And then Ralphie says, this time, but every time it takes a little bit more out of him. And Bitcoin keeps coming back, but every time it's a little bit less. And then you get the flippening, which is going to happen. It's like not even going to lead the market anymore. Like, I mean, what's there to be excited about? I don't know. No development, and it's not number one anymore. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Something catastrophic could happen because it's had 2 inflation bugs.
That's true. Also,
if you try to build anything on it, I mean, who knows? That's why earlier I said their security gets better, but it's like Richard Hart says, it's like you have 10 locks on your door and then you have a window right beside it. It's security theater, and it's weird because it's like I'm not sure how people don't understand that, but I think, like I say on here a lot, like people are playing games on Twitter and stuff. So these big Bitcoin bag holders, of course, they're gonna peddle the narrative to pump their bags.
True. Very true, and well said. Very interesting take. That's I never heard that. Like they're just gonna raise the limit and screw over the holders. Like, I mean, think about the outrage that would have, because at the one hand you need mining, but on the other hand, like I bet you the community's probably the holders are probably going to be, I don't know, maybe they'll just tell them, oh yeah, it's important, to secure the network. Protection.
I think there's a lot of people who just they just go with kind of whatever narrative is thrown out there. So they're going to say, this is good for Bitcoin. Well, we're going to fail if the miners aren't getting more rewards and we aren't secure enough. We're going to fail. We need to increase the inflation. We need to, this is what we're going to do. It's going to be good for everyone, and people are going to be like, yeah, this makes the most sense. And so.
No, it's a great point. And I think another thing is a lot of people don't understand that the Bitcoin miners are just dumping on everyone. Like, I used to not realize that. I thought the Bitcoin miners gave Bitcoin its underlying value.
I guess, I mean, they need to be there to allow people to send transactions and stuff. So I guess that was the argument at the beginning, and I think they were at one point. But now, yeah, it's a negative externality, as Richard Hart says. They just forever dumping the price.
Yeah, it's Richard Hart had a good analogy. He called it like the mob. Like, it's like they're just basically giving you protection, but you don't really need them for protection. Like proof of stake. Like there's no one's dumping on you with proof of stake. Maybe that's why Ethereum's showing a lot of relative strength to Bitcoin. In this latest sell-off, it keeps on, and it's like Ethereum's network is secure. They don't need all these machines that look like a server farm, and it's extremely expensive. Like, but they're like, no, you need it. You need the protection, guys. You need the protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All this talk makes me real bullish on Pulsechain, man. That's all I gotta say. Feeling real bullish right now.
and Hex and PulseX. And let me just reiterate, guys, Mike Novogratz screwed up. He's the smart money. He's the institution. He screwed up with Luna, and I think he's going to mess up on this one too. But that's my thoughts. We got 55 watching. Please, if you're enjoying the content, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please go to Ben Dubar's channel. Subscribe to his channel. Like his videos. Then go to Ben Dubard on Instagram. Subscribe, follow Ben Dubard on Instagram. Then you go to Ben Dubard on TikTok. You follow Ben Dubard on TikTok. Then you send a super chat. You become a member. Become a monthly contributor for $3, $4, $5 a month. And then you go to bendubard.com, bendubard.com. So that concludes the news section. We have 57 watching. So if anyone has any questions or comments or super chats or anything like that, now is the time. So we could take a look. Whatever you guys want to talk about. I'll give you a minute.
Cool. Just check my phone. I'm hearing some buzzing going on.
CI, if you have more Hex now, you don't need to sell so much in the future with higher prices. Keep staking and accumulating. Benefits to all. It's your crypto Sparbook, your crypto savings account if you want. Is that what a Sparbook is? Is that a savings account? But yeah. And that's another thing. That's why I say the people that get in early, it's not so simple that they're just going to dump on the new people, because the more the price goes up, the less they need to sell. But yeah, great point. Are there any other comments here? Oh, we got a comment from Hex Addict. Thanks for joining us, Hex Addict. What do you guys do with 10K at PLS launch, $10,000 at Pulsechain launch? What do you do, Ben?
Well, not financial advice. If I was someone with 10K, and I guess if I had missed both sacrifices, it's impossible to know what's going to happen at launch. So it's hard to say exactly, but I think it's wise. I've said on my channel and videos, it's wise to hold Hex through the fork, and then swap Hex for Pulse or PulseX at launch. And I wouldn't advise ratio trading. I'd just kind of be patient and watch the storm and see what's going on, because you don't want to FOMO. People might be saying, oh, there's this huge ratio deal. And by the time everyone's pointing it out, then it's probably gone. And you could FOMO in and like mess it up, really wreck yourself with the ratios. I think it's best to wait for a bridge, see some actual value, figure out what's going on, pay attention to people streaming, really smart people in the community who are probably going to be streaming, giving updates, giving their opinions. Yeah, maybe us, but like K for K crypto, I bet he's like so smart. There's going to be smart people, I think, providing their value. And I think just you got to pay attention, because it's hard to plan beforehand, because I don't know. It's impossible to really know what's going to happen. But I think a big thing is probably managing your emotions and not feeling too much FOMO, because I know a lot of people have that if they missed one or both sacrifices, which is normal. So just like, I've had people say, oh, I missed a sacrifice, I feel like I'm late to Pulsechain or whatever. I'm like, dude, it hasn't even launched yet. I don't think anyone's late. I think, just chill out. And yeah. So what about you, Furu? What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a simple, it's a great take. And it's not a simple question. I think a lot of it depends on your personal situation. Like, did you get in on the Pulse launch or the PulseX launch and miss Pulse? Did you get in on both? Do you own Hex? Do you have a staking ladder? So if you're starting from scratch, I go a third. And I dollar cost average at launch. I don't wait for corrections. I don't try and time the market or ratio trade. I just decide where I want to deploy it, and which is a third each, and just dollar cost average. Right now, I continue to dollar cost average and stake Hex, and dollar cost average into just stable coins and maybe some liquid Hex for the Pulsechain launch. But good question. And we got 64 people watching. So if you're enjoying the video, feel free to leave a super chat, and feel free. This is the time we look at your comments. So if you guys have any questions, just leave them now. And subscribe to the channel, like the video, subscribe to Ben Dubard's channel. And Ben Dubard, you are going live today, right?
That's right. So at 2 p.m., I'm going live with a guy. It's so random. He's like a cousin's cousin, and he randomly messaged me one day. He posts crypto stuff. So this guy, he says he likes Richard Hart and has learned a lot from him, but he doesn't like Hex for some reason. So I think that's pretty interesting. So maybe we'll talk about that, but I think the stream is more our mutual family member basically at Christmas told me to get out of crypto, to stop doing what I'm doing because it's a bad idea. And then she also said, do something that's going to help the future. So I messaged Zach and I was like, guess what she just told me, So I think the stream is going to be about maybe this is my first bear market. So I believe in crypto, but when people say stuff to your face like that, it does make you feel a little bit like, oh man, So we're going to be talking about like bottom signals of like when people start saying stuff like this who aren't in crypto, what does that mean? Maybe it'll be a little bit of like therapy too, I guess. Like you just got beat up by your family. Because I mean, people were looking at me like I was like a sad lost dog. They're like, "Oh, hey Ben, okay." And it's like, oh man, it's good to have friends in the crypto space. And Furu, you're invited to come on too, man, if you want to.
Yeah, send me the link. I might have to hop on. You guys want to see Furu Finance? Smack some sense into this guy.
Yeah,
this Hex and I. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, send me the link. I'll pop in. And we got 62 watching, so I want you guys all to go over at 2 p.m. to Ben Dubard's channel, and I want to see 62 people watching there. And I want to see, because it's good. if Ben Dubard does well, we all do well. And
Prayer Patrol. So I said at the beginning, I got this hat at Goodwill, and we're praying for the bear market to end. So
exactly,
that's a Prayer Patrol hat.
Yeah, and these are the good old days, guys. We're gonna look back at it like when we're rich in those Lambos. Like, remember when everything was so simple?
And I got my other hat for Hex under a penny.
You're gonna be bartending.
Gonna be drinking. No, jokes.
Sort of. And CI says, yeah, crypto spar book. Ditch is German language. Are you German, CI? Okay. Thank you guys. Great contact. Thank you for tuning in. Money Game Crypto. What up, bro? Keep it up, G. Good to see you making moves. Thank you. And Hex Addict. Fidelity just announced more crypto integration. Oh, maybe we'll cover that tomorrow. But very interesting. I do believe more bullish news. Crypto's here to stay. I guess that's it for the comments. Any closing thoughts, Ben?
I don't know. You go first. You do your closing thoughts.
You're going to, at the end of this, or right now, you're going to click the like button. You're going to click the subscribe button. You are going, is hypnosis. You are going to, when I snap my fingers, you're going to book a consultation, emailing furufinance@gmail.com to get you caught up on everything in the Richard Hart ecosystem and crypto in general, and just to support me, because it supports me. You're going to click that join button down there, and you're going to become a member for $3, $4, $5 a month. It supports me, it supports the show, so it supports you. And then you're going to go over. You're going to go over there to Ben Dubard's channel at Ben Dubard. You're going to follow him on Twitter. You're going to tune into his live stream at 2 p.m. Let's keep it going, guys. And I'm going to pop in. So thank you so much for joining me. And final words, Ben.
Yeah, I agree with everything Furu Finance just said. You will obey his orders, and you will be happy to do so.
You will own nothing, and you will be happy.
You will eat bugs and enjoy it.
You will click the join button, and you will be happy. And then you will have a consultation, and you will be happy.
That's right.
Financial advice. But furufinance@gmail.com. Thank you, Ben.
Man, thanks for having me on. Thank
right,
you, everyone, for tuning in. Appreciate you all.
Always a pleasure having you.